Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Poorboys Little Homestead. Guys, it's hotter than a pepper at the Habanero Pepper Festival today out here. That's pretty daggum hot. So what am I doing today? Well, back about June the 8th of 2021, I don't know when you might be seeing this video, but I showed a little sneak peek video this tiller hiller I built. This is one of these projects, and I believe I said it in that video. I started this project of building this before I ever started making videos. And then I just never finished it. And back in June, I got out here and I finished building it. And I made a little video of it showing it off, but at that time my garden was all planted and I didn't have nowhere to test it out. So what you witnessing today is the test to see if it's going to work. Now I've seen these on other videos on YouTube, but most of them I seen they just threw something together with woodwork. For myself, if I was going to build something, I want it to last. And it looked like it would work pretty good, so I put a little more into building this. Now it's all built out of scrap that I just had laying around. This bottom piece right here is just 8-inch C-channel. And that right there is about 44 inches long. Now what I have mine hooked on here is a Woods RTR 60.40. That's a 5-foot rototiller. And I'm gonna get y'all down here close and show y'all how it's put on. But like I said, it's got two pieces right here that's made out of 8-inch channel iron. Then I just welded me a little angle iron across the back. And my row bed, or whatever you want to call it, should be 36 inches wide out there. Y'all down here a little closer so you can see. But like I was saying, I just use, actually that's 2.5 by 2.5 inch angle iron. And I welded it across the top of that 8-inch C-channel. And I welded the piece right here across there. And that's where this tailgate here I let down, because you can raise it up when I hook up to it, then that tailgate keeps the dirt from going up on top of it. I call that a tailgate. That's part of the tiller. I don't know if it's called a tailgate or exactly what it's called, but I'm calling it a tailgate. Then on top here, I just had some cypress board, and they good about not rotting for years and years. And I just put that on as the top. Now one of the last things I done is I got a little row maker here. That way when you make your bed, you can leave that little trench down the middle. I call it a row. It's a trench maker. Leave a little trench down the middle. That way when you drop your seeds, all you got to do is cover it back up. Now that there, guys, is made out of an old jack stand I had. The jack stand was bent, wasn't working, so see, now I got it raised all the way up. It left me a little trench. We'll look at it here in just a moment. Left me a little trench out there, but if you want that trench deeper, all you do is pull that lever and you can let that down and make you a deep trench. Now if you want a wider trench, and that's what I'm experimenting with today, and y'all witnessing what I'm doing. If I decide I want a wider trench, then I just weld me a bigger piece of angle iron right here like a V shape, and it'll make my little trench as big as I want it. But you don't need a very big trench to plant seeds, so I'm thinking that right there is going to be all right. Just get it to the height you need it. And looking at what I just did, I think I might go down one more click. Well, how I mounted it to the tiller, your tiller right here has got 2 bolts, and that adjusts the shoe on the height of your tiller. Well, my tiller, I got it almost all the way to the bottom hole to where the cut the deepest is it's going to cut. And the only reason I didn't go to the bottom hole is because then I couldn't make it hook up to this. So all I do is take my impact wrench, zip off them 2 nuts, and then I can just unbolt that. So I ain't got no straps, no ties or nothing. Just bolted 2 bolts on each side, and that's how it is. Now one of my main concerns, guys, one of my main concerns was when I was building this, my rototiller is what you call a reverse tine tiller. So as you tilling, the tines is spinning and throwing the dirt forward. And these tillers is supposed to be better for digging deeper than one that's forward tine, and when you pulling it's throwing the dirt back. I don't know. When I purchased this, I just chose to go with the reverse tine tiller, and that's what I got. But my concern was I could see where these bedders work real good on the forward tine because it's throwing your dirt back into the bedder and keeping it full to make you a bed. So I was worried about how it's going to be with this reverse tine tiller. Well, y'all just seen the very first pass I've ever made with it. And I think just going back over that one more time, that's going to be a pretty decent little bed. And we're going to go back over it and see, and then I'm going to scoot over and do it. Well, I'm actually already scooted over. I'm going to do 1 row where I'm at, and then I'm going to back on the one I just did, and we're going to see what it does. But guys, like I said, if you're thinking about building one, my length here is about 44 inches. Now your width back there, you can close the back end. I wanted mine about a 36-inch bed. But if you don't want but a 24-inch bed, all you're gonna do is, before you weld your angle iron on, get it the width you want it, get your angle coming off of both ways, kind of the same angle, and weld it and get your width the way you want it on the back. And what I mean by that is right here, when you laying it up there to put it together, if you want a 24-inch bed, you're just gonna come on in like that tape's running, and you'll do that on both sides and get your measurement and make it 24 inches and cut you a 24-inch piece of this angle iron and weld across, and then you will be making you a 24-inch bed or whatever size bed you want. As far as the little trencher here, you can come up with all kind of little ideas there. That's just a piece, like I said, I had that old jack laying around. I said, well dang, that'll work good. I can adjust the depth just by pulling the little lever there. So I'll put that on there. And it's good and sturdy. Like I said, most of the ones I've seen on YouTube, they threw together real quick just out of boards and stuff, and they work. And I seen some of them where somebody would have to stand on it. Well, the way I got mine bolted on there, it can't ride up or nothing, so I don't need nobody to stand on mine, because it's got, when I let that tiller down, the dirt can't push it up without pushing the whole tiller up. So let's go down through here again and let's try her out and see what she's gonna do. Like I said, guys, I tilled this spot up real good. This is where I had my watermelons. If y'all been watching any of my videos gardening this year, you see out here, this is where I had my watermelons, my cantaloupe, my row of sunflowers, and a little bit of old scraggly popcorn I had over here trying to grow, but it didn't do very good. But I got that cleaned up, and now we're gonna test this out. morning, guys. I think that done pretty daggum good myself. Now, if you want to go build you one of these, I'm gonna let you know it ain't gonna work unless you got your beds already good and tilled and soft. You ain't gonna be able to do this like pull it through behind a disc. You're gonna have to use your tiller and get your soil tilled up good before you try to use your bedder. I don't think it'll work just pulling it behind, just like say some disced up land. But let's take a look at it from different angles. So like I said, I built mine 36 inches wide. But as you can see, this row don't come out 36 inches wide. It's more of a 30-inch row. So that's something you may want to take into consideration, is to make your opening bigger than you want your row. 36 inches is as wide as I can make mine, because that's the space between my back tires on my tractor. But still, after it caves back off and your tractor runs down through here, it's only leaving me a 30-inch row, or 30-inch bed. That's pretty good. Now the height of this bed, I'm gonna just say a good 8 inches. A good average of 8 inches, but by the time it rains and some of this is gonna roll off, you're probably gonna end up with like an 8-inch bed. But guys, look how pretty of a little trail that little trench right there, that little trencher made. Now over here, y'all seen me, I hit these two beds here twice. We're gonna move over and let y'all see the ones that we just hit one time. And on one of them, my trencher hung a stick, so it made a big trench down the middle. But these three beds right here is the ones I didn't hit but one time. And they look pretty dang good, but you can see right here, my little trencher hung a stick way down there, and you can tell where it hung the stick, and then it started making a bigger, deeper trench. Plus that stick made it trip and it fell down. So I may have to do me something else on my little trencher there, that way it can't nothing trip it and make it fall down deeper while I'm doing. But that's all right. I mean, that's still. Before I planted this, I would take my rake and kind of dress it up a little bit. But that's one thing about these tillers, on the ends you stop tilling, it's gonna leave you a pile of dirt. Especially with that rear tine tiller, because it's pulling your dirt forward as you come out, so when you stop and raise up, you're gonna have a pile of dirt down here on the end. But guys, I think the little tiller there's a tiller hiller. That's what we're gonna name it. The little tiller hiller there is a success myself. Like I said, I've been worrying about it, and it's been one of them projects that I started and didn't finish it. And then I bought me one of them little single disc hippers. And then I just kind of forgot about that for a while, and then here a while back I said, well, I need to finish that and try it. And I think it does a pretty good job there. Guys, now we finna hit it. The first licks I was going that way, now I'm finna back down there and pull them back this way. Build them up just a little bit more. Now I'm going to take my rake out here, and like I said, whichever end you come out with this rototine tiller, it kind of leaves you a mess. So I'm going to just use my rake, kind of dress it up, that way when the water hits it, it'll run down the rows good. I'll be hitting this several more times before it gets its fall plantings, but I just wanted to get it. Me and the grandson will be out here with our little toy tractors playing in the dirt. So what's going to happen to this? Guys, I'm gonna give y'all a little walk around so y'all can see it from every angle. The sun's still shining bright. Like I said, you can see right here, these two end rows is where I was trying to squeeze out to get another row in there because I didn't have it tilled far enough over there. So them there I was riding the edge of the track and they only come out about 24 inches wide. But when I really do my tilling before I get ready to plant next spring, I'll till that over a couple more foot real good. That way I can get 6 good 30-inch beds. So that's something to remember when you build one, if you're gonna build one. Mine measures 36 inches, but you can see my beds only come out 30 inches on the top because you gotta allow for the fall over, and then when you track back down it to make your next path. So that right there is as wide as I can go because that's as wide as I can make the back of my hiller because that's the width between my tires. But 30 inches, that's a pretty good little bed. Give y'all a side view. Like I said, y'all can see the bed standing up 8 to 10 inches tall, a good 8 inches average. When I measured it with the tape earlier, I didn't skim you none, but it is actually 10 inches in a lot of places. But by the time it rains on it and settles back down, I figure you'll still end up with a good 6-inch bed. And a 6-inch bed will carry a lot of water. In reality, I don't even need beds where this little garden is because it's actually from me standing the way y'all looking. My garden has got a steady slope that way, so I really don't even need beds. I just like the beds, so when I got my watermelons, I water them. I dam up the ends down there and I water the rows heavy instead of doing overhead watering. Man, look how good that little thing made that trench down through there though. All you gotta do is drop your seeds down through there and just give them a little dirt rake back over the top. And you're planting, if you're planting seeds. Like I said, right here is where that stump is. Maybe in a couple of years it'll be down far enough I won't hit it no more. I cut it down into the ground as far as I could with the chainsaw, but I still hang that one. It's actually, I don't know, 3, 4, I don't know how many stumps was out through there. You can see out my trees how they was planted. And this was another line right here I'd cut down in spring of 2020. But there she is, guys, a tiller, hiller, row bedder. But guys, I appreciate y'all stopping in and watching. I'm gonna have to do something right here on my little latch, because when it jars, it falls down. I'm gonna have to put me a little strap or a pin that'll hold that latch in place when I get it where I want it. But I appreciate y'all stopping in and watching this video. I hope it gives some of you some ideas. Guys, when you got them days you bored and ain't got nothing to do, get out there and scrap you up some. You ain't got to do it out of metal. Like I said, most of them on YouTube I see built out of wood. But I wanted something that's going to last and I ain't going to be jacking with. But I appreciate y'all watching again. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It'll really help me out in growing this channel. If you like these videos, give me a thumbs up. Give me some comments. Any suggestions you have, something else I ought to change about this tiller hiller, please leave it in the comments and I'll try my best to get back with you. But thanks for watching. Y'all have a great day. God bless. See y'all next time.